Our exhibit is called Harvesting Maine's Coasts, and it focuses on the different types of harvesting for mussels and oysters, specifically seeding and dredging for mussels and caging and dredging for oysters. The concept for our exhibit was created after our initial meeting with the Director of Education of the Bangor Children's Museum, Trudy Plummer, who who tasked our class with coming up with exhibits specifically about Maine aquaculture. We focused on harvesting because if you're not a mussel farmer or an oyster farmer, you very seldom see these pieces, so we wanted to bring them to life. Over the past semester, we have created Harvesting Maine's Coasts to where it is today. Our base idea is to allow visitors to harvest mussels and oysters off their respected sides. So one side will have oysters and the other side will have mussels, where they will have the various harvesting methods, which will be hoisted up on a pulley system by one visitor, and another can pick them off. We've recreated oysters and mussels through 3D printing them over here in the IMRC. That way, visitors get a actual representation of what they are in real life and can visibly see the differences between the oysters and mussels.
The main part of our exhibit includes a table which has a scale and a computer monitor with a program running on it. The scale is used to weigh out the observers or the children's catch for their day, which would be oysters or mussels, most presumably in a bucket that they put on the scale and get the readout from. They would then take their catch weight and input it into the computer monitor system via keyboard. The computer monitor would then read out how much their catch was worth, how much a retailer would sell it for, and how much yesterday's catch would have been worth. Children could then take their oysters or mussels and place them into a cooler, which at the bottom feeds out into a PVC piping network. The network ends with a latch at the base, so children can release their catch back into their harvesting method.
This is a basic prototype of what we hope the exhibit would someday look like. It's just essentially to get the point across to show our concepts in action. So you can see the PVC piping hidden underneath the tablecloth, which will bring the oysters and mussels back to their respected harvesting methods. So we included this feature as a way to replenish the museum exhibits so that it wouldn't have to be constantly staffed by a member of the museum.
We not only hope that children will take away from this exhibit a sense of how weight works and monetary value, but also the difference between mussels and oysters.
We also hope this gives them a little perspective into the real world. As we've mentioned, aquaculture has been a large part of Maine's culture, so by giving them that monetary value of how it fluctuates within the real world market, we hope that it'll give them a greater understanding of the world around them. We also hope that while they're learning, that their parents are learning a little bit about the aquaculture as well. It's always really beneficial and really exciting to see when parents and children can interact and learn something together, especially in a museum setting.